What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of What the Hell Are We Working On? Today we've got this Lamborghini Huracan Performante. We are going to be exposing a couple of turbos. All right, we got the bumper off, lovely turbos exposed. So we're going to be making a few custom brackets here, one of which, you know, would be for here and here. These two plates for the intakes. They're going to rattle, they're going to flop. So we're going to build a bracket that makes them attached to this piece here. It'll be nice and stiff. We're also going to be making brackets to keep the fender liner and this piece as well from flopping around. This is a high performance vehicle. He will more than likely be probably doing some high speed runs. So we want to make sure everything stays on the vehicle when he's doing those runs. The wiring harness, it's going to be tough, but we are going to notch out this plate here so it runs through nice and even and easy. And we don't have this ugly little gap here. And we can try to get both sides of the car as symmetrical as possible with all of our bracketry. And also, gotta build a bracket for the rear view camera. Cannot drive one of these cars without a rear view camera. There's just no way you're gonna see anything behind you. So obviously somewhere in the vicinity of where it was factory, which would be about this location, we're going to also outfit a bracket. All right, boys, well, let's get to work. Woo!
All right, and so what we have done here with the license plate, we got it secured to the crash bar, installed some nice little riv certs. So little riv nuts went into the crash bar. We're able to mount the actual bracket on here. Got this secured nicely. Also, this covers up the transmission mount. So the color scheme kind of here is black, and you got the body color, the red. This guy, not 100% sure on what this does. So if you know, please drop a comment in the comment section below. We got this removed. We're gonna get this painted black. So fit the part. This goes down here, bottom of the car. So that's where it'll be fixed to. But again, paint it all black, make it nice.
Just with a quick finger tight, we've already stiffened that up significantly. Obviously, we're gonna trim off all the excess, make it look pretty, and have it kind of match the way that this ear is shaped. Here we are, we've got one of them finished up. This is gonna be the final product before paint. Like we'd mentioned before, we are gonna paint match everything to this flat black. And here we've bent up this cute little bracket to hold the fender liner to the ducting plate. Keep this little guy from flopping. I still have to drill my hole in order to mount it. That's what it's gonna look like. And then we've already bent up the one for the other side. Got it right here. So I still have to make our cut, still have to drill our holes out for our rib nuts. No guard Gary over here. You never know, next episode I might not have all of these. Time to get drilled. Drill sergeant. Hey, drill bit Jake, you got a gas tank, I can drill through it.
Track experiences.
Trackside stories.
Trackside stories.
Trackside
brought to you by Fabian Jake.
Trackside stories, baby. Hey, watch out. We might have a few of those for you this year. So I've already installed my rib nut. Makes it a little more difficult to fit paint pins and stuff through. Even a pencil, considering how small the hole is. So I painted the surface and then mashed it where I wanted it to be so I could mark my hole to drill for my bolt. Now to do it on the other side. Bobby, get over here so we can talk about this. Get over here so we can freaking talk about this.
I'm here.
Okay, good, thank God. All right, so I know originally we had talked about putting it right here. But so now that we have these brackets in place though, dude, there's some interference, I think, as far as like mounting it. So I think it would still look pretty good if we came out to right about here. And that way there's no interference. I could trim this bracket a little bit more for the one that we make for this. But I mean, if you want to step back, tell me what you think.
It doesn't look bad by any means. I think having it at the corner would be optimal. But yeah, I mean, if there's interference, I mean, we can't play with that. Gotta make sure this all is secured in place. That's gonna be the most important. Because obviously if this is not secured, the light's just gonna be bouncing all over the place anyhow.
Right, but I mean, yeah, we've got that secured now, so really, I think these lights are gonna be easy to mount. The bracket might be a little difficult, but we'll play around with it. The thing that's gonna be the most difficult is is gonna be the backup camera.
Then figure out the bracketry for that as well as the tag lights.
Yeah, the tag lights are gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
Second worst, I guess. Because we're gonna tuck everything under there as best we can. Then we can just run this wire back here, you know, get the plug down in there, something like that. And then have it plugged in under here and hidden behind the plate. And then that other plate too, we have to remember, we've got that other plate down here, so that'll give us a little more room to hide stuff.
I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Or we'll burn it. Don't judge us, this is just a prototype bracket. We're notching it out here, trying to get our clearances so that it fits through the connector and everything else that can be bolted. We've just found out that this distance from here to here is too short in order to mount the light. As you can see, the bracket now ends up underneath the light. So we're gonna switch to this surface for this mounting portion and use this surface to mount here in order to get that gangster look that we're going for. In order for this to be mounted or bolted, that would have to come down that much. So, not gonna work, too much distance between there and there. Too ghetto, don't like it. So we're gonna flip the script on it and see what we can come up with. Oh my God. It's gorgeous. Keep in mind, all brackets will be painted black, so you won't necessarily see this. But yeah, I think that's hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we actually freaking nailed it.
100%. And it gives it that lower bit.
Well, yeah, you know, a lot of
just
times
extra.
lights that are not in a housing look silly.
Yeah.
You
Not
know,
this
but
setup.
yeah, this,
I mean, it goes with the body lines.
it does.
It's just that extra little touch of model.
Beautimous! Absolutely beautimous! Mwah!
What we're doing now, since we got the rear backup camera situated, we're gonna fire this puppy up, check our image for the reverse camera. Looks good. Spot on.
All right, now to make it look pretty. Made this cute little bracket here, oh my gosh. Got some felt tape on either side to help with vibrations. Keep the camera in there, nice and snug. And then we've got it mounted right here, baby, whoop whoop. Super stoked on how this bracket came out. Obviously still needs paint, but it looks pretty dang good if you ask me. But who am I kidding? You guys tell me how it looks. All right. Love it. It's not going anywhere, I can't move it. Probably gonna have the harness just come around this way, tucked down there. I'd like to go this direction, but with the exhaust, I just don't wanna risk it, you know? So currently we are working on getting this wiring harness routed. We've gone out and purchased some P-clamps. They're great for holding things in place, especially with the rubberized ones. So kind of an idea. Working on the clean part of it. And also seeing if we can utilize some of these factory harness holders along the way, and then clip out all the ones that are not in use. And obviously, through this section here where the exhaust is, we're gonna wrap this thing in some heat wrap. So I've come down through our filter plate, brought it around, utilized one of the factory bolt holes, trying to do this in a way to where we can utilize as many factory locations as possible and still keep a clean profile. Here we are, finished product. Customer called and made a couple changes to the original plan. He wanted to add the grills back in. So we ended up making some more brackets to get those in place for him. We decided to add another bracket slash shield, if you will, down here to cover up our heat shielding and stuff for the wiring harness. Just to give it that added OEM Plus look.
Finishing touch on the car was this bracket here, just to hide that big gaping hole essentially. So had a little notch cut out there, made the nice little bracket. If you guys like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit that like, notification bell, drop a comment below, let us know what you guys want to see us do. Always doing something fun, so let's do it together.
We got some big things coming up. We got a little partnership with a homie of ours, so stay tuned to find out what we're doing next.
Make sure you get the plate. I'd say it turned out perfect. That was so lame.